What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts on Views and I watched Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, with the tagline, "You're one of us now." And this was the movie that I've seen in theaters. When it came out, I've seen this one in the theaters here in the Netherlands, and it scared the bejesus out of me. Especially back in the day, I fucking hated paranormal shit, I was scared as fuck. And we're going to the theaters, and watch this movie because my sister wanted to watch it, who is 2 years younger than me, and with my father, But I wanted to watch Bros Before Hoes, which was a comedy. And I knew I was gonna like that one, and I knew this was one for me. But I thought, you know what? But she didn't want to watch this, Bros Before, so she wanted to watch this movie. So I thought, you know what? I gave in. So let's go watch this movie. And bad idea, terrible idea. But this was apparently the one that I've seen in theaters. Obviously, it was less scary right now than it was back then, but yeah. Let's just start with this movie, shall we? We're at the high school graduation, and it's it's in 2012. A guy is giving a speech, and I think that was Oscar, who is a friend of our main guy, Jesse. And we're sitting, between the guests, and the camera zooms in, and then, Lois, and we hear somebody say, "Jesse!" So he turned around, and did a little wave. Then the camera, went to the right, and we saw the umbrella, so shushing the rest of the family. And camera back straight to the stage, and the guy said, "Thank you," and everybody clap. And we're gonna leave that, because if you want to know what's gonna happen next, watch the movie yourself. There were some scenes here that, well, there was one scene where Jesse, pulled something from his corner of his eye, and it was a kind of a black string. Like, the fuck? What the fuck was that? And the umbrella, everybody was standing in the room, and there was a chair there, and she brought Jesse to the room. He sat in the chair, and she grabbed first the cross, and then grabbed an egg, and then did cross on his forehead, and then on his chest one, and she went down with the egg, down his arm to his fingertips, and then down his other arm, and then again on the head, and then he grabbed her hand with the egg and crushed the egg. Then blood went down her arm. Not because she was injured, but because of the egg. The egg was, he turned the egg full of blood. But that was a scene that I remembered. I remembered that there was a woman that an umbrella that used eggs, but I couldn't remember what. And then we got the Simon Says, and I thought, oh yeah, I remember that one, yeah. And Oscar, who jumped off a building into a car, onto a car. And then he became part of the car. So, well, that part I also remembered. There were some scenes that I remembered, when the pulling her from the eye came, I remember that part too. But at first, the whole first part, I forgot all about that. But the scary shit, what I found scary, for pulling out and Oscar, the weird egg thingy, that all I remembered. Well, mostly after seeing it, except for the egg thing. Which, apparently I found it so weird that it stayed with me from why the eggs. And they had some very, very cool effects around the 1 hour, 15 minute, and 35 to 40 seconds. In between the 35 and 40 seconds of that mark, that's a very cool scene. The corner of a room, became to suck in. It was just looking at it, and it sucked basically in, not towards you, but obviously away from you. And it sucked, suddenly explosion, light explosion, and Jesse was flying there with some stuff around him, and everything crashed down. But that was a cool scene. That was definitely a cool scene. Go watch the movie yourself. I think I will give this movie, well, to be honest, it's not as good as the first 4 movies. Well, yeah. And at the very end, there was something so confusing. The camera, the guy with the camera, he went into a house or something, and Katie came down the stairs. She walked into the kitchen. He walked closer. He tapped her on the shoulder, excuse me. She turned around and screamed for Mika. Mika! 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 And a guy came running down the stairs. But Mika's dead. We established it in the first movie. Who the fuck came running down the stairs? But this is, if I'm correct, 2012. That was 2006. But then when he was with her in the kitchen, she suddenly had a knife and started stabbing him. Like, the fuck? That was kind of confusing. But watch the movie yourself. I think I will give this movie a 3.75. Yes, 3.75, because it's not as good as the first 4, but it was still a decent movie. Watch it yourself. Leave a like, recommend a good paranormal movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, come join Discord, and I'll see you guys later for Blackadder, the last episode of the first season. Holy shit, last episode of the first season already. But don't forget to subscribe to my second channel, Underdog Eats, on my third channel, Underdog Reacts. On the second channel, Underdog Eats, we do foods, drinks, also from time to time hot sauce and alcohol. And Underdog Reacts, it's primarily music. But I want to bring something that I kind of grew up with to that channel, and also, maybe something else that I've seen on Facebook that I thought, you know what, that's maybe I can watch multiple of those, as a reaction form. Who knows? We'll see that. But that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that, and see you guys next time. Bye.